Hey there, do you remember this paludarium I did a while back? No? Well, you're going to get to see it if you haven't already seen the build video. First thing I have to do is make sure you can see it. So I'm going to clean the glass and open the doors and we'll be able to take a look at it. I'll run over what's inside the paludarium and why I need to fix it, because you might be able to tell we're losing water. That's right, we have a leak on this little guy here. And it's because the glass is getting sprayed by the dripping water or this rain system that I have set up here. And it's leaking through the door here and just running down the side and all over the place. And that's because this door opens to the outside, which means this inside rim right here is where all the water collects. But it runs to the outside. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's look at what's inside here and then see if my projected fix is going to work. We have some moss up here, which is getting rained on by our initial rain system here. Tucked in the moss is a little bit of bucephalandra as the rain decides to start. So we have our boost back here. There's another little piece of moss and boost on this side. But now's a good time to show you why we need to make some adjustments, because our rain system is not pumping the water to the other side. And that's because there's not enough water pressure down here due to the level of the water for the pump to get enough purchase, if you will, on the water supply, and it just can't pump it up there. So we're going to fix that. Moving back to what's in this paludarium, you come down the log here, we have another awesome piece of bucephalandra that has taken. There's a little baby Anubias nana petite in there as well. In the back, I have added a cardinal plant, which you guys did not see in the build. We have Anubias, I think this is Fraziri here, but if you know, put it in the comments. And then some more moss, some more Fraziri down here. Various Anubias Nana Goldens on this side. Some more Nana Petite on this part of the rock. And then little baby booses just kind of scattered throughout. If I bump the brightness up, you'll be able to see that. There we go. We got some little baby boos just sticking on the wood there. When this grows in, I think it's going to be an absolutely amazing kind of display of how to grow immersed aquatic plants. And so we're going to make sure we keep them wet. And instead of this rainfall system, which splashes the glass all over the place and I do believe is causing our leak, we're going to run, I don't know what you want to call this, a little tubing system. I've got 4 tubes in a little adapter here that I made. This is going to hook onto the pump and we'll be able to put water where we want to put water. So again, I'm going to clean this glass just so it looks a little prettier on camera. And then I'll show you this thing in more detail. We'll install it. This video will be done. You'll be happy. I'll be happy. You'll make lots of comments. It's going to be an awesome video. Let's get it. All right, the microphone died, so I went ahead and did a water change because the tannins were just insane in here. With all of this fairly new spiderwood that's in here, even though it's not submerged, we get a whole bunch of tannins that leach out just because the rainfall has been, well, soaking the wood. So let's go through a little bit of kind of what's going on here for those that aren't understanding this auto rain system. Behind this rock, we have a Hygger little baby internal filter, and it has enough pressure to kind of pump it all the way up this hose. What I run in all of my fish rooms is smart outlets. So you can see those little white boxes there. Those are smart outlets. They click on and off via my phone and a Wi-Fi timer. So even if we lose power, the power comes back on, the timer resumes where it left off. So I like that option. So pretty much all I got to do is just remove this hose back here from the filter and put this adapter or this piece of hose on there. Wow, it's really bright for you. Let me turn that down. There, against my clothing is about as good as we're going to get. It's just a big glob of super glue with these tubes pushed into to the end. Now, I'll be honest with you, I really don't know how well this is going to hold up. The super glue might break apart over time and then just leak, or it might leak as soon as I turn this thing on. I don't know. But I've removed this hose here. I'm going to plug in the new hose, take this whole system out of here. This was all just held on by wiring here, so if I just loosen the wire up, I should be able to just simply take all this out with no fuss, or not too much fuss anyway. All right, there we go. All right, let's slide our new piece of tubing on here, and then we'll just run a test and see how much force this is going to have. I might have to put an adapter on the filter to where you can control the flow, but let's see where we're at right now. Hang these over here. Now, I'm just going to use my phone here with the smart app and turn on the Paludarium watering system. There we go. So, that works pretty good. This is kind of the flow we got. That might be a little bit much. So I think we're going to have to get an adapter to slow the flow down a bit. And back here, I don't see any water kind of spraying out, so it looks like we're getting all the water through the tubing and no leaks while filtering the, well, the murky water here. All right, I have put an extension elbow and then a little valve on the filter here to be able to control the flow. And as you see, we have lowered it already. We can get it down even lower. This is going to be about where I want it to be, just kind of a drip system. All right, the other benefit too is that with this elbow back here, I can rotate and kind of put the entire tubing system a little bit more out of sight. All right, so what I want to do is I want to route the tubing, one up here obviously to water the moss, and then that will go kind of trickle down, and that should keep this stuff wet. I can position it as needed. Obviously want to put one up here so it's keeping this moss wet, but I want it to run down the log this way. I don't want it to really run too much this way and drip, because it will hit down here and splash, and that's causing, I think, most of our leakage in this area by the splashing water. So I have two other tubes I can route around to keep this stuff moist back here. I can put one, I don't know, wherever I need to. So instead of boring you with all of that, I'm going to cut and move this stuff around. I'm going to zip tie them in place, which I'll show you. So until this fills in, you may see a zip tie going around the log, but the moss and stuff should eventually cover that. And I'll get it all set up, and then we'll kind of show you kind of the difference and see if you like it better than the rain system. All right, I have all the tubing routed, and it's working pretty much the way I intended. It's very similar to the rain system as far as it's dripping and kind of splashing in one little spot. We'll get to that in a minute. But we don't have all this disgusting tubing hanging up here. You can see a little bit of it on the side here if you really get around there, but head on, you can't see it too well. I have it hidden pretty good. The other tubing is routed up around the back side of the log here. I have one that goes in right at the top here. Very hard to see. The camera doesn't want to focus on it. There it is. The other one comes in the side over here. This longer one allows the water to drip and run down the front of this the front of the wood here. Whereas the one that's in the back here just kind of runs down this log and wets this area down here. We have another tube that runs right down the middle. For perspective, it's right in the middle of the whole system, and it runs all the way up this log. You can see the zip tie right here in this shot, and goes all the way up the backside there. Another zip tie, and is wetting this area here. Some of it runs down the moss this way, which is what moss is good for. Some of it runs this way and goes down the log. Hopefully, the Anubias and the boost here will stay wet. I'll monitor it and keep an eye on it. I ran the fourth tube around the back and just kind of stuck it up under here with a little more moss. I don't need it right there because this is dripping on it. However, I may need to run that hose somewhere in an area to keep, an area wet that's getting dry. So that's what I did. There's the setup for the tubing. Now we just have this little tube right here, and you can see it plain as day. So we got to fix it. The best way I know how to fix it, it's just drop a piece of moss on it. So we'll come around the back side. I don't even know how to get in there. Come around the back, right down here. Drop that guy on there. And just let it do its thing. Now, problem solved. No more tubing. A little more greenery in the middle there. And, well, it's going to do what moss does. It's just going to sit there and spread. All right, final shot. Time for an outro. Get your comments ready. All right, now we do still have some dripping going on, and it's right down at the water level, so it is dripping off that rock. You can hear it. I guess it's pleasurable for some. I may try and quiet it up, putting a plant or something there later on. But what we're avoiding now is the rain falling down and hitting all of the hardscape and splashing forward onto the glass. So I think we can keep all the plants happy by keeping them moist. And we can keep water off the glass, which I think should prevent our leaking issue out of the front of the Paludarium. So let me know your thoughts. Do you like it better with the rain falling and you like that kind of look? We could do something different maybe down the road. Or do you like how it's just kind of sitting there and just mysteriously moist? I guess that's the best way to describe it. Let me know your comments down below. If you guys would like to get any plants from me to help support the channel, go to ssaquascapes.com. I've got potted Anubias ready. I've got cardinal plant ready. I've got S. repens ready. I can trim Bucephalandra for you. I've got Nana Petite. I've got, what else? All kinds of stuff. Go to ssaquascapes.com. See what is in stock. You can help support the channel. Get a little something for yourself. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate your support through all the years, and I'll catch you on the next update or build which is coming soon.